Hi, and welcome to another dose of virtual vitamin Z. My name is Stephen, and I'm the curator of Humane Education for the Detroit Zoological Society. And today I'm really excited to introduce you to a new series of virtual vitamin Z episodes called Trivia Thursday. And these will be short, about 10-minute long trivia games that will test your knowledge about animals while also increasing your reverence for them and teaching you different things you can do and different actions you can take to help them. And today I'm in front of the Belle Isle Nature Center because our topic is a really fascinating animal who shares our local environment, and that is the firefly. Or is it the lightning bug? Whether we call them fireflies or lightning bugs, this is a photograph of them that is a little bit larger than they are in real life to give us a good sense of their appearance. However, we might be more likely to recognize them in this video here. This video is a video that was recorded one evening. And if you look closely, you'll be able to see these flashes of light that illuminate the evening sky. And I will say, as somebody who is not originally from Michigan, I wasn't exposed to fireflies or lightning bugs as a young person. I didn't have these evenings where I got to spend time just observing them. But as soon as I moved to Michigan, they quickly became a really important part of my experience here. And I look forward to seeing the first fireflies just as much as I do to seeing the first snow in winter. That said, fireflies aren't without some controversy. And to give you a greater sense of this, I want to share an article with you. Now, this article is about how in the United States, some people refer to these animals as fireflies, and other people refer to them as lightning bugs. And if you look at this map, you'll be able to see that people who live on the western half of the US are more likely to call them fireflies. People who live in the central and southeastern parts of the US are more likely to call them lightning bugs. But then if you look, there's this almost battle line that exists that goes right through not only the Midwest, but the state of Michigan in particular, and even the Detroit area. And I'll say that that line even extends to the Detroit Zoo's Ford Education Center in our education offices, where I work next to somebody who calls them lightning bugs, who works next to somebody who calls them fireflies. So today, in addition to building your reverence for these animals, I'm hoping that we might be able to resolve some of this controversy. Before I talk about how we're going to do that, though, here's the structure for Trivia Thursdays. There will be 4 rounds. Each round will have, well, the first 3 rounds will have 2 questions. Round 1, those are worth 1 point each. Round 2, 2 points each. And round 3, 3 points each. And they'll get progressively more challenging. And then finally, in round 4, you'll have an opportunity to answer a question and then wager between 0 and 3 points. And if you get the question right, you'll gain those points. If you get the question wrong, you'll lose those points. Now, here are the rules, and this is really important. First of all, please, please, please don't post your answers in the comments section. Rather, keep them to yourself until we go through them all together. Rule number 2 is keep track of your own score. We'll be on an honor system. Rule number 3, at the end of the game, share your team and score in the comments. And then finally, at the end of the week, so after a week of this being up, I'll count all of the scores, and the team with the highest average score will win. Now, what are the teams? Well, of course, the teams are Team Firefly and Team Lightning Bug. And to get started, if you identify as being on Team Firefly, go ahead and like this video. And if you're on Team Lightning Bug, go ahead and love this video, just so we know who's on which team. Now, of course, a trivia game needs a prize. And this week's prize is that for the rest of the year, I will call these animals whatever the winning team calls them. Moreover, I will do my best to convince my colleagues to also call them that. So the stakes here are pretty high. So I hope that I've given everybody enough time to log in now because we're about to start the first round. So go ahead and get a piece of paper and a pencil if you don't already have one, or if you'd like, you can use a digital device. All right, here's round one. Question number one, true or false? Fireflies/lightning bugs are beetles. I'll give you a few seconds to answer this question. And remember, please, please, please don't answer in the comments section. All right, moving on to question number two, true or false again. Fireflies/lightning bugs can be found on all 7 continents. True or false? All right. Now it's a real quick game, so we're already in round 2. Round 2, like I said, the questions are now worth 2 points each, and they're going to be a little bit more challenging. So question number 3, what color of light do fireflies/lightning bugs emit? Is it green, yellow, red, or all of the above? Give you a few more seconds, and again, please don't put answers in the comments section. All right, moving on to question number 4. Question number 4, approximately how many species of firefly/lightning bug have been discovered throughout the world? Is it 20, 200, 2,000, or 20,000? All right, and like I said, this is a quick game, so we are already on round 3. And round 3, the questions are going to be even more challenging, and they're going to be worth 3 points each. So question number 5, this is a fill in the blank question. Why do fireflies/lightning bugs emit light? And you can answer, the answer can be just as simple as one word or a few words. All right, question number 6. Again, this is a fill in the blank. When a firefly or lightning bug emits light, approximately what percentage of that energy is lost as heat? And this can be just a number between 0 and 100. And I will give you credit for anything that is within 10. All right, and now we are on round 4. Round 4, this is the bonus round where you can wager between 0 and 3 points. And if you wager, say, 3 points and get it right, you'll gain 3 points. If you wager 3 points and get it wrong, however, you will lose those 3 points. So this is an opportunity, if you're really confident, to make up some, to increase your score. But if you're not too confident, then you aren't at risk of, lowering your score if you wager 0. All right, so this one's a little bit more complex. I'll give you a little bit more time with it. Question number 7. In Owl City's hit song Fireflies, they sing about getting 1,000 hugs from 10,000 lightning bugs. How many eastern fireflies, these are the ones who are most common in the Michigan area, would need to join limbs to hug a human with a chest circumference of 42 inches? This one might take a little bit more critical thinking, so I'm going to give you a little bit more time on it. And again, you can wager between 0 and 3 points. And I will again give credit for anything that is within 10 of the correct answer. All right, I'll give you a few more seconds. And like I said, this game is pretty quick. Now, if you joined a little bit late and want to go back and answer the questions again, that's totally fine. Just hold off on continuing on because we're going to go over the answers now. So here are the answers. The answer to question number 1, it is true. Fireflies or lightning bugs are beetles. They're not actually flies. So if you got that one right, you get a point. If you got it wrong, you don't lose anything, you just don't get a point. Question number 2, also worth 1 point. Fireflies / lightning bugs can be found on all 7 continents. That is false. They can, however, be found on 6 continents, just not Antarctica. So again, if you got that one right, you get a point. Question number 3, this is worth 2 points. What color of light do fireflies or lightning bugs emit? Well, they can actually emit all 3 of these colors. Different species will emit different lights. So if you're out and you see a couple of different colors of lights, that's not your eyes playing tricks on you. It could very well be that you're seeing multiple species of firefly. So all of the above is worth 2 points. Question number 4, approximately how many species of firefly / lightning bug have been discovered throughout the world? The answer is an amazing 2,000 different species. Now in North America, there are about 200 different species. So that's a pretty incredible number in and of itself too. So that's worth 2 points as well. Finally, we're moving on to the third round, or not finally, we're moving on to the third round. And this is worth 3 points, and these were fill in the blanks. So if your answer was anything like to attract mates or to communicate or as a defense mechanism, I'll give you 3 points for that. It's a form of communication, and one of the things it does is it communicates to other fireflies, but it'll also communicate to potential predators to not bother these fireflies, that it's not a good idea to try to eat them. Question number 6, this one's pretty amazing too. When a firefly or lightning bug emits light, approximately what percentage of energy is lost as heat? So they are incredibly efficient. This is actually called a cold light because about 0% is lost due to heat. And that's almost the polar opposite of incandescent light bulbs that we use, which lose about 90% of their energy as heat and only put about 10% of it towards light. So they're incredibly efficient in producing this light. All right, and question number 7, this one was a tough one, but again, if you are within 10, either above or below, you'll get credit for it. In Owl City's hit song Fireflies, they sing about getting 1,000 hugs from 10,000 lightning bugs. How many eastern fireflies would need to join limbs to hug a human with a chest circumference of 42 inches? Well, they're about 12 millimeters. And so if you do the math there, that's about 89 fireflies would need to join together to hug a human of this size. Now, if you do the math, that means that you're probably not going to get 1,000 hugs from 10,000 lightning bugs. You're probably going to get just about 100. So a little disappointing there. All right, so once you've calculated your score, go ahead and add your team, whether it's Team Firefly or Team Lightning Bug, in the comments along with your score. And then what I'll do after a week, because some people might not be watching this right now, is I will calculate those scores up and I will take the average score for each team, and whichever team has the highest average score, I will start calling this animal by that name for the rest of the year. And I'll try my best to convince my office mates to do the same. And hopefully this will help alleviate some of the controversy over their name. I did say, though, that this Trivia Thursday series isn't just about testing our knowledge. It's also about building reverence and learning how to help animals. And so I hope that these facts have actually helped you see that fireflies, in addition to being really enchanting, are actually really fascinating animals. They communicate. There are many, many, many different species of them, all of that. So now let's think about what we can do to help them. And by taking these actions, you can increase your sense of responsibility, strengthen your empathy, and help animals in the environment. Now, the bad news is that on the whole, fireflies are declining. Their populations are declining. But the good news is there are some concrete things we can do to help their populations recover. And there are organizations that are committed to helping us help them. One of those is the Xerces Society. And if you click on this link, it'll lead you to a web page that explains some different things you can do to help. And first of all, to put it in context, it explains what some issues facing fireflies are. They need safe places to overwinter, for example. They need dark nights and don't always get that. And then it says some different things you can do to help, like adopting firefly-friendly practices, minimizing outdoor lighting at night, for example, advocating for them, teaching other people about them, being a humane educator. and also contributing to citizen or community science projects. And that's the other link I have here. It's to one particular citizen science project called Firefly Watch. And if you go to that website, you can learn more about this. And what this aims to do is to build a database of firefly sightings and then study how those change over time and over different geographic areas, so we can get a better understanding of where fireflies are most prevalent and maybe get a better understanding of what we can do specifically to help them. So I'd strongly encourage you, now that you feel more reverence for them, to look into taking those actions. And that leads me back to the Detroit Zoological Society, and in particular, our Berman Academy for Humane Education, which has the mission of helping people help animals. And one of the ways we do that is by building reverence for animals and then identifying actions that we can take to put that reverence and respect and responsibility into practice. And I hope that you are able to do that now with fireflies or lightning bugs. Before I go, though, I wanted to say thank you to Meijer. Meijer is sponsoring this week's virtual vitamin Z episodes, and it's because of their ongoing support that we are able to provide this content to the community. So thanks so much, Meijer. If you're interested in more virtual vitamin Z, be sure to check out our website at detroitzoo.org. And until next time, stay safe and have a great day. Bye.